Dramatic Israeli election that has Benjamin Netanyahu on the road to a record fifth term, but also now facing the biggest opposition party in parliament over the past decade. Still here with us, Daniel Seaman, director of the Israel office at the Middle East Forum, and Alon Pinkas, former consul general of Israel in New York. Gentlemen, before the break, Daniel, you were talking a little bit about how, from your perspective, the campaigns, the media sort of helped Netanyahu to a victory in a way for attacking him personally. Alone on the flip side, we saw Netanyahu in a very strict campaign against the left, against the media, and even undermining his own attorney general, his own justice system. Do you think that that had something to do with his victory?
I have no idea. Honestly, I have no idea. I mean, relitigating the campaign looks, we don't know which government we're going to have in a few days or weeks or months.
So if we look at
I honestly have no opinion on how the campaigns were conducted.
So if we look at the next government, then we just heard from the new opposition, from the Blue and White Party leaders. They promise we're not done here. Unlike what everybody's saying, we're sticking together. We're going to be the strongest opposition Netanyahu has seen. What do you think that could look like? How big of an impact might that have?
Well, okay, there's a major question here. The parties, as Caleb described before, will all be summoned to the parties. The heads of the parties will be summoned to President Rivlin.
Right.
He will hear them out publicly
this time.
It doesn't mean that they can't talk privately.
Sure.
But he will hear them out. He will then implore both parties, both major parties, to seek national unity, a national unity government. By the way, the Prime Minister is under no obligation to heed that advice.
Right. And that's something we should say that both had ruled out completely during the campaigns.
Okay, so fast forward to this news conference tonight, in which they basically said, we're going to make life hell for him, we're going to turn the Knesset into a boxing arena, we're going to do this and we're going to do this. That was Mr. Lapid, and Mr. Gantz said, this is just the first day of the next 10 days of my 10 years of my life. Okay, so you would think that with Netanyahu asking Mr. Lieberman and Mr. Kaplan to join in, wanting a bigger party with his right-wing satellites, he doesn't need, and you mentioned that clearly about his smooth path moving forward. So at this point, a national unity government seems off the table. But then Netanyahu may throw a little surprise. He's going to say the Trump plan. There's a plan out there. We have to stand united. So I don't know how this is going to play out. But when in one concluding remark, if there is no national unity government, and these two gentlemen are true to form, and those vying to be in the opposition and the one pledging to form a right-wing government, all stand by what they said they will. The question is, what will Mr. Netanyahu pay the right-wing parties? Does that have anything to do with his indictments and possible legislation leading to immunity or suspension?
He need them for protection?
And what would they ask in return for that? And they are perfectly right to ask for a hefty reward. So I don't know. It's going to play out next week.
I want to ask Danny to pick up on the Trump plan, that X factor there. There is even some theories the White House may unveil it during the coalition talks to try to influence the kind of government Israel forms.
I don't know if they can influence the government here, but I want to say something about this whole threat of opposition. It's about time. It's about time we had a serious opposition in this country, not waiving the issue of the investigations against him. Most of the people, look, let the investigation be conducted. Do it behind closed doors. The people who are supposed to conduct the investigation, let them do it thoroughly, seriously. Let the politicians deal with the politics. That means if there is a serious opposition to this government, they have a plan. If they have something that they can oppose as far as ideology, that's welcomed. That's been missing in Israel now for over 10 years. There's a right-wing position that is supported by a majority of Israelis. There is the left wing that's stuck to the concessions and the failures of Oslo, not offering anything they can stick to it. Listen, Menachem Begin, how long was he? 20-some years in the opposition, had his views. They were not accepted originally. By 1977, it was acceptable. He was a tough oppositioner. There is opposition in the parliamentary system in Israel. It's welcome to happen again instead of this constant mudslinging at each other. Right. Now, take that and go to the Trump plan. You may think that there's one side who will be supportive of it, and on the other side, the government perhaps, that may not. I don't see it that way. Okay.